Welcome to Impact OC, the only program showcasing the people and organizations shaping Orange County. With your host, Don Camber.
Hello, live from the OC Talk Radio studios at UCI's Beal Applied Innovation Center. I'm OC Talk Radio Public Affairs Director Don Camber with two guests positively impacting our community. Today, I welcome Fiesta Association President Jim Taylor and First VP and Mercado Chair Michelle Urca. They're among many who are helping to organize the 65th Annual Swallows Day Parade and Mercado Street Fair in San Juan Capistrano, scheduled for Saturday, March 22nd. The parade is one of the nation's largest non-motorized parades. Thank you, Jim and Michelle, for being on Impact OC.
Thank you, Don.
Thanks for having us. Not a lot of people would.
Jim, please explain the history of the parade and its relation to the return of the Swallows and give us an overview of what we can expect on Saturday, March 22nd.
Do we have that kind of time?
Yes, we do.
Well, the parade is an offshoot of a festival that was held at San Juan Elementary back in the 50s. And then in 1960, it was decided to make it a formal parade. And the San Juan Capistrano Businessmen's Association, which was an offshoot of the Chamber of Commerce, or a division of the Chamber of Commerce, managed this thing. Then 4 years later, they went, this thing's too big, and then the Fiesta Association was born. So we actually, we turned, 60? So we turned 61 this year.
Oh, right.
You look great, by the way, for 61. So we turned
I feel like
61.
I've been in this that long.
So we are now doing the 65th. Oh, my Lord.
65th annual.
I feel like I've been there for all of them. I haven't, though. 65th Annual Swallows Day Parade and Mercado Street Fair. This year is kind of fun. Every year is amazing, but this year is more amazing because we have the Budweiser Clydesdales. They're out from St. Louis. They just came in Monday night. I got to be there when they were unloading. That was a sight to see. So the Clydesdales with the wagon, the same wagon that was in the Rose Parade, same horses and wagon that were in the Super Bowl ad. So they're gonna be leading off the parade. We have Grand Marshal Kathy Holman, who's a huge equestrian supporter in San Juan Capistrano. San Juan is an equestrian town. We do everything we can to preserve that heritage. Everybody wants to, tear down the stables and build shopping malls and apartment buildings. And, she's one of the ones on the forefront reminding everybody that this is an equestrian town. And we love her, and we are honored that she agreed to be the Grand Marshal. Our celebrity guest this year is Tim Conway Jr. He did it last year. Last year, you recall, it rained. Oh, wait, knock on wood. I'm not supposed to say the R word.
Straight sun so far in the weather forecast.
I texted him, asked him if he wanted a do-over, and he said sure. So he brought the good weather, and he'll be in the parade this year. We have 9 marching bands, including the USMC marching band. About 250 horses, 19 wagon pulls, and about 4,000 walking participants. So it's going to be a big parade.
And the parade begins at
11 o'clock in the morning. And if all goes well, it'll be over by 12:30.
And it starts at the intersection of?
It'll be at Old Mission Road and Del Obispo, which is essentially Ortega Highway and Del Obispo. Heads down Del Obispo to Camino Capistrano, hangs a right, takes Camino Capistrano all the way down through downtown, past the Mission, past the Basilica, and ends at La Zanja. And the Mercado Street Fair runs from 9 until 6 p.m. this year.
And explain, Michelle, what we can look forward to that.
Oh, we'll have so much fun in the Mercado. We have about 100 vendors this year. It's going to be packed. We have anywhere from country western clothing items to jewelry and 27 food vendors. We've got all kinds of barbecue and burgers and tacos and lots of sweet treats, and also a lot of kids inflatables and great activities for the whole family.
So when you organize this parade and this event, you're figuring people are going to be there all day.
Yes, that's the plan.
Absolutely.
That's the plan. Well, the Metrolink does a deal. So they $10 per person, kids ride free. I think it's 17 and under ride free. And so they want to make a day of it. They can leave their car wherever. We have families that come in from LA, from Inland Empire, anywhere Metrolink runs, they do that. We even have locals that'll live in San Clemente and park in San Clemente, take the train one exit, because, hey, it's free parking or whatever they're charging for parking down there, and $10, you can't beat that. So I'd recommend anybody coming to take the train and then hang out all day. I mean, there's something to do all day from 9 o'clock in the morning until 6 o'clock at night, just with us. And then there's plenty to do in the rest of the town. All the bars, all the restaurants, they all have live entertainment. They all have something going on.
Describe the vibe in San Juan Capistrano.
On Swallows Day?
On Swallows Day, because you feel that it's a community feeling, it's a family feeling, it's a cultural feeling.
Yeah, we've been working for the last 10 years to make this parade family friendly. You hear stories about the Swallows Day parade back in the old days. Those days are gone. You'll see more strollers at the Swallows Day parade than you've ever seen it before. We have a gigantic kids zone, which is sponsored by Triton Air and Plumbing. They just came out of the blue and wanted to help out with a kids zone. They're in San Clemente, so they're going to be our big sponsor in the kids zone. Also, while I'm on it, our title sponsor is Farmers and Merchant Bank. They're our presenting sponsor, along with St. Margaret's Episcopal School, another presenting sponsor, and the Inn at the Mission is our parade sponsor. And so we want to thank all of those sponsors. This is a community-funded parade. So the city pays a big chunk of it. They pay about a third of it, and we pay the other two-thirds of it, either in cash or in kind donations, sponsorships. We also do fundraisers. And we're grateful for all the sponsors. We're grateful for the community for coming out and doing the fundraisers with us. But we can always use more. If you've got an extra $100,000 lying around, give me a call.
San Juan Fiesta Association.
I can hook you up with a parade banner, and we'll take care of you.
Yeah, but the community in kind will then go to these sponsors, and
yes.
And so it's literally a business on parade.
We get businesses that say, what can we do to sponsor? We don't have big money. It's like, well, none of us have big money, and we come up with things. We've got one store that wanted to come in somehow, and what they're doing is they're donating gifts for the announcer booths to give away as prizes for their trivia contests and things that they do before the parade starts, or heaven forbid, in case there's a gap and they need to fill. But it's things like that. In-N-Out Burger, they want to participate. What can we do? Well, can you feed our Marines? So the Rotary is feeding our Marines that are coming out breakfast, and In-N-Out is feeding them lunch. It's like, that's awesome. Thank you. So there's so much that they can do that doesn't involve writing a check every time. We're not trying to be those money grubbing people, but there's plenty of ways for the community to get involved, and they do get involved. We're very lucky that we live in San Juan Capistrano.
I want to point out, you talk about In-N-Out Burger. I, along with my husband, Garrison West, were among the announcers in front of In-N-Out, and we announce what you're going to see along the parade route. I've been doing it for many, many years. It's a lot of fun. Even though last year it rained, we still went through with this parade, but we don't believe that's going to be in
no, we got that out of the way.
We got that out of the way. But when it comes to the booths, you have a lot of unique types of shops. Can you describe some of them?
I know we'll have a lot of country western items, boots, hats. We get a lot of, homemade items, home decor, jewelry. We've got Wild Bill's Old Fashioned Soda this year, setting up a big, western front. It'll be really fun. We've got 33 Thunder, which is the local country band that, they'll definitely get the crowd going. That's from 1 to 5:30. We've got a DJ as well, so there'll be so much to do and see.
Talk about the logistics to get to the parade, Jim.
Well, at 10 o'clock in the morning, all the major roads close. The Ortega off-ramp from the 5 freeway southbound will be closed to any right turns. They'll only be able to make a left as they're heading south, getting off Ortega. But Del Obispo, Camino Capistrano, they're all closed at 10. Some of the feeder streets close even earlier. Now the streets hopefully open up around 3 o'clock again. My recommendation is take the train or go onto our website, swallowsdayparade.org. Look at the shuttle spots. Camino, what is it? I just lost it.
This is the shuttle spot?
Capistrano Business Plaza. There, yeah, I just drew a blank. Capistrano Business Plaza, basically on J. Sarah and the freeway. You get off the freeway, J. Sarah, hang a left. Capistrano Business Plaza is there on the right-hand side. And then, or go a little bit further up Rancho Viejo Road to Fluid Master, who is our TV and media sponsor this year. And they've graciously allowed us to use their parking lot and surrounding parking lots as a shuttle stop. And our shuttles will run from 8:30 to 5:30, and they're free. They'll take you right to the staging area, and then from there, you make your way to the parade route.
Now, this parade, you devote about a year to put on this event. Can you share with us the Fiesta Association, its members, and what you do leading up to the parade?
Well, we get serious about the parade around November. I think that's when you start opening up the Mercado.
Yeah, both the Mercado and Parade open up for applications in November. And then from then till March, we're on a roll. Yeah. And we have a very dedicated group of volunteers that come back year after year, meeting after meeting, all year long. It's really an extended family, and everybody has a good time putting on these community events. We do a lot of events leading up to the Swallows Day Parade from,
Talk about the Pet Parade.
Yeah, the Pet Parade is so fun. People can come down with their dogs in costume, or their cats, their fish, their lizards, their llamas. We've had a turkey.
That was amazing. We had a kid brought their turkey on a leash, and that turkey was trained. Only in San Juan could you see some kid taking her turkey out for a walk.
We had a duck, a famous duck.
Yeah.
Did they have a costume on?
The turkey, I didn't notice.
A turkey costume.
Yeah, actually, he had a baster in one hand, and
maybe it was a dog.
it was Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, we have 3 events coming up just this week.
Yeah.
Before the parade.
Well, a big event is Hoosgow Day that you have the Friday before the parade. Talk
Correct.
about Hoosgow Day.
So Hoosgow Day starts about 8 o'clock in the morning, runs to about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. We have a jail that drives around town, going to specific locations, and our deputies will go out and arrest people that aren't dressed in Western gear. And once you get in the jail, you can get a picture, you can buy a souvenir, you make a donation, or you can plead and they'll let you out. But it's a lot of fun. We do that. And then at 4 o'clock in Los Rios Park, we have the 10th annual frog jumping contest. This is where I teach children how to gamble.
This is quite a tradition.
And we have we'll have 3 frogs. I'll do 3 races. We used to do more, but the kids have the attention span of a gnat. So we'll keep it. We figured out, even though the event is supposed to run from 4 to 6, it runs from 4 to 5. We'll bring out a Mark Twain impersonator. This year we have Vice Chair of the Orange County Board of Supervisors, Katrina Foley, will be one of the frog wranglers. So she is actually going to be standing in the circle with our other 2 frog wranglers. When I say go, putting her frog down in the center of the floor, and then stepping back and
not on a frog.
Yeah, she's actually hopefully not on a frog. But yeah, she's going to be one of the main people assisting us with this event. So it's a fun event. It's the kids love it. We have all frog related prizes. It's so funny. I spent a fortune on frog prizes. And then I went to Walmart and I found these little googly eye rings. I mean, it's like 10 for $1, and I only had like 20 of them. And I bought them all. You want to know what the most popular prize was? Was that stupid 10-cent ring.
Yeah.
And this year, I've bought like 600 of them.
Oh, good for you.
I think I spent like $8.
That's great.
The kids love it.
And that's going to be, and this year they probably won't like it.
Right. The trend will have passed.
We have to apologize. We're both kind of zombies today.
Right. No, I know you work real hard.
We've been running. I mean, and
now,
in the first few weeks going up to, or the last few weeks going up to the parade, we both have regular day jobs, but it's 40 to 60 hours a day. It's not just us. It's Karen Stein, our parade coordinator, Dan Clark, our assistant parade coordinator, and some of the other people that work. They're putting in 40, 50 hours a week on this, all volunteer, just for the community. So God bless those guys, and God bless you.
God bless you.
It's like every year I say, you're going to do this again, right?
Yes, and God bless the swallows that keep us busy.
Well, you got to talk about the swallows.
The birds? You can talk about
the birds or the bar.
The birds.
Well, the Swallows Inn is actually they're a very good supporter of ours, and they've been named the best dive bar in California. I don't know if you knew that.
No.
Yes, I don't know who named them that, but it was somebody important. But it's great. That place is just and Cal has been such a big supporter of the Swallows Day Parade, and he's the guy that runs the place.
Yeah.
Well, you've been around Clydesdale. I want you to describe to me their personality.
The Clydesdales?
Yes, please.
I'm horse stupid. My wife is the one that has all the horses. These things are
but you spent
big.
time with them.
They are big. I mean, if you look at some of the videos I put on Facebook, I got a couple of dirty looks from them, like who invited the paparazzi. Mm-hmm. But these things are massive.
They have a chip on their shoulder.
They're big horses. They look sweet, but they've also been. I don't know. They must take them out for breaks. I don't think they drove straight from St. Louis. I think they left Friday, and then they got here Monday night. So I'm pretty sure they stopped. The thing that was amazing about Budweiser, and I got some of it on video, they are one giant, well-oiled and equipped machine. So these 3 trucks pull in with a little support van. I'm like, what's in the van? I mean, that's not big enough to hold snacks. And then next thing you know, ramps are coming out of the trucks and not golf carts, but like gators, gas-powered gators. They've got hay, they've got dollies coming out. Their shavings are going into the stalls. I mean, those stalls were comfortable enough that I could have moved into one of them. So that was great. I just am so impressed with the way Budweiser runs this operation. I'd never seen anything like it before.
Yeah, we're really honored to have them this year in the parade, and we hope that it's starts a new tradition as well.
We didn't talk about the birds. We still kept going to other stuff.
I know. They have wings. They are...
Well, someone called the swallows the inebriated birds that make their way to San Juan Capistrano.
We know they're back when they create a nest at the, San Clemente Walmart?
Well, because some people have been knocking down their nests. I believe there's a city ordinance that says you can't do it. But, I don't think they have swallows nest inspectors going out, And the birds are cool. They've been flying here for hundreds of years from Goya, Argentina. And then they stick around for a while, and then in October-ish, they head back. I've see them in a flock, a huge flock going into the underpasses. And then also, like we said, Walmart, San Clemente. There's thousands of them.
Yeah, and local residents are definitely get to see them as well.
But the parade is definitely a tradition, and you get a lot of different bands in the parade and walking units. Share with us some of the walking units that we'll get to see.
Well, the bands, some people have complained, how come we don't have any local bands, marching bands? Well, Orange County doesn't have a second semester band. And they cut the funding, and nobody has a second semester band. That's one of the consequences. They used to be in the parade, but not anymore. They are in other parades, but those are December parades. So all of our bands come from Los Angeles or San Bernardino, Rialto. We have 2 bands from Rialto coming this year. We have a band coming from Thermal. I think I told you the story from Thermal. Last year, these kids had never seen the ocean. You know where Thermal is? Go out in the desert until you are completely lost and then hang a right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Is it 140 miles away?
It's like a 4-hour bus trip each way for these kids. They'd never seen the ocean, so they came out. This was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
They came out. They did the parade. They did the award ceremony. They got back on their buses. They went down to Dana Point, and they all got into Baby Beach. And it was just such a kick. It was so touching. They'd never seen the ocean. They want to see it. Well, every year it's a new batch of kids.
Yeah.
So they're going to do it again this year. They're going to go down to the beach and they're going to see it. So, I love this. So 9 marching bands, 1 being the United States Marine Corps. We got them. That was great. This year, leading off the parade is going to be the Long Beach Mounted Posse, the police posse. They've been in the parade and I used to know this, but longer than I can remember. And they are retiring this year. So we put them in a position of honor. So they will be the color guard opening the parade, followed by the Marine Corps band. So we have some entries, our equestrian entries that have been with us for a long time. Our walking entries, we encourage everybody to do some sort of historical depiction, keep it interesting. People like parades. People love parades. But when you see, 5 guys walking down the street, it's 5 guys walking down the street. But it was 5 outlaws, and we
more interesting.
Kind of limit the interaction. We don't want people running out in the parade route, but engage the audience. The audience isn't there. The people that have come to watch the parade, they're not there to see us. They're here to see those entries. So they ham it up. We've got the Hole in the Wall gang. These guys, they stay in character from the second they get there. Any minute you think they're going to knock over the Wells Fargo Bank, because they are just serious. I've tried to make them smile, tried to make them laugh. We have the Buccaneers of Tortuga. Okay, not really Western, but I suppose pre-Western. But they're a pirate reenactment group, and they stay in character. Try to get them.
They are great.
Yeah, they're so much fun. They're one of my favorite
Pirate
entries.
joke.
Yeah.
And you got schools that are in the parade.
We have some schools that participate. The Basilica School, they participate, and they have their royal wagon. That's always fun. Some of the local schools will have walking groups. They'll dress up and do something parade related or swallows
you'll
related.
You'll have kids dressed as swallows in the parade.
Yeah, well, that's the Basilicas. They have their swallow's nest, so the little kids dressed up. We have the Ballet Folklorico dancers. They're always very colorful. We have the kids groups and the adult groups. We try to focus a lot on the equestrian because it is an equestrian parade. But we're running out of space to store the horses. There's a lot of development in San Juan Capistrano. There's not a lot of open space left anymore. where we can utilize it. There is open space, but not in the downtown area. It's being built up. So where we used to have 400, 500 horses, now we can't do more than 250, 260. Otherwise, we have to start offloading them somewhere else. So we're trying to make it work, keep the parade manageable, keep it very entertaining. We no longer say the largest non-motorized parade.
Oh, we don't.
No, we are now one of the largest. We had edited that way back when it was the largest equestrian parade. They have 600, 700 horses, but those days are gone. You don't have the space and the insurance and the liability. Always get the lawyers involved. They mess everything up. So right
we
now
have about 300 or
we have about 240 horses right now, 250 with 19 wagon pulls. So some of those wagons are going through twice, by the way. So I actually count those horses twice.
Oh, I see. Yes,
How do people view the parade from afar? And I mean, who don't live around San Juan Capistrano? How do they view it?
Well, it will be videoed. It will be on the YouTube channel. It's also going to be live streamed this year through Starlink and YouTube. And we will put a link on our website, swallowsdayparade.org. That's swallowsdayparade.org.
They can see it live?
They'll be able to see it live as it happens in real time, complete with flubs and everything else.
Wow. And then afterwards, will it be available on YouTube?
It'll be available on YouTube, and it'll air on Cox.
Wow. But from away from San Juan Capistrano, when people think of the parade, what do you hear about how people talk about the parade?
I hear good things. We yanked most of our advertising because the parade was getting big. I mean, even without running ads, letting everybody know there's a parade, we'd still get 50,000 people show up. So we're like, okay, we're not going to we're going to take our advertising dollars and let's put it into more porta potties, or let's, put it into more hand wash stations and sinks and things like that, or better signage, that kind of thing. Or maybe we can, like we did, we added 2 more shuttles during the surge time. So when the parade's over, we add 2 more shuttles to help the people that don't want to stick around all day and they want to leave. But this year, I'm getting phone calls from retirement homes in Los Angeles. Hey, we're bringing a busload of seniors down. Where can we park our bus? I've got a couple from northern Orange County. I've got a couple from L.A. that are bringing actual coach buses, with 50, 60 seniors. They're going to come down, spend the day. And so we're helping them find bus parking. Right. We've got some of the other retirement homes that have smaller shuttles that can use our shuttle path. And drop their people off within reasonable walking distance of the parade route, and then loop back and pick them up later.
Because for many people, it's a tradition.
It is 65 years. It's a long, long time to keep that thing going.
And to see their children in the parade, and maybe their grandchildren
Absolutely.
In the parade.
And we have volunteers that have been in this for like 40 years. We have, like one family, the Leone family that's been out here. They used to come out from Massachusetts, work on the parade and go back and come out and do this every year. But they've been living out here for a long time now. And
I have a lady who comes to the parade every year. I didn't see her last year, but I hope everything is okay. I hope I see her this year. She flies in from Denmark.
Wow.
And she comes to the parade, and I always talk to her, on camera. So she'll come out and we'll see. I hope she comes out this year.
That's great.
But it's a good reputation. It's a fun family event. It's not just a parade. The parade gets you there. The Mercado keeps you there. There's plenty to do. And as far as the family goes, head over to the fun zone. There's bouncy houses and there's games and
face painting and inflatables and games and
we want to point out the Fiesta Association members. They're members by the way they dress.
That's right, in black and white.
Black and white.
From our black boots, our black jeans, our white shirts, black vests, black cowboy hats, and usually we have a badge on, a name tag, and
we don't have black hearts though.
We look like we're a bunch of new sheriffs in town.
Yeah, and they're all volunteers. Every single one of us.
So when you see them, you need to thank them. I mean, I always do. I thank everybody who comes around because I know how hard you work for this parade.
We're happy to do it.
We're lucky that we have a city council that is very pro San Juan. Our city manager is a very strong supporter of us. Parks and Rec and Public Works, they do an amazing job of helping us and making it happen. The Orange County Sheriff's Department, the Orange County Fire Authority, and the Orange County Health Agency, they all work with us to make sure that everything is safe, secure, within the rules, and help us alleviate and overcome any obstacles that come our way. So this year has been a perfect mix. Everything has been coming together, and I love this county. I love the city. and I love all the people in the Fiesta Association. We have a very volunteer strong community.
Yeah.
Again, tell us how they could stream the show. How can they get information about the Swallows Day Parade?
Well, they can go to swallowsdayparade.org. That will have all the information, all of our shuttles information, the parade information, the Mercado, the hours. Where to park is always a challenge. We just added some ADA spots that the city gave us 17 parking places that we've allocated to ADA. That's going up on the website in the next day or two. A lot of stuff is happening also in real time. I mean, it's just happening. It takes a long time to get this stuff through. But everybody's bending over backwards to try and make sure that this is a great community event. Take the train, go to the website. If you can't come to the parade, make sure you check back on swallowsdayparade.org, and we'll have a link for the live streaming. I just haven't got it yet.
Okay. Thank you, Fiesta Association President Jim Taylor and First VP and Mercado Chair Michelle Urca for being on Impact OC. And I thank everyone for tuning in. I'm OC Talk Radio Public Affairs Director Dawn Camber. Have an impactful day.
You've been listening to Impact OC, the only program showcasing the people and organizations shaping our community. Right here on Orange County's only community radio station, OC Talk Radio.